Welcome everyone back to the Alpha Racing League. We are here for Season 3. It is Tier 2 back for round 13 of the season, and it is the Mexican Grand Prix. I am PMBO5, and I am joined by X-Polo-God26. Polo-God, how are you doing?
I am doing fantastic, especially since I don't have to do main comms ever again. Thank God, that was a mess last week. But yeah, great to be here as always.
Yeah, speaking of last week, Brake Tester took his first podium. Matty Momo took a win. Championship kind of wide open for people. Atlantis, you do not see him in the lobby right now, but the thing is, Atlantis is having problems connecting to the lobby. Championship wide open. I could say that right now. Matty Momo, though, in the pits, just showed he just appeared online, I guess. But 22 points behind for Matty Momo. We'll see how things go today. But let's talk about Mexico last season. This was probably one of the better ARL races from that season. I personally enjoyed this race. Matty Momo actually sent me a message. He may need an invite. He does need an invite. If you could invite him, Paulo.
I'll probably give him another one there. Maybe.
He just got online now, so that'll work.
Okay.
Regardless, Paulo, while inviting him, let's speak about last season's race. Last season's race, Milo took his first win. He also had a championship deciding moment with Pluto on the podium. Kagoda not. Beatnik as well was in this race last season. After being unbanned, he returns to ARL as well. And on that last podium spot was Tripod for the first time in that race. Ooh, almost sideswiping the Red Bull loop was. But Tripod probably should have won last season's race, we could argue. Saw the same thing today with Hissy. He probably should have won today's race. So, a lot happening. With that being said, a lot going on where, you know, people should have won their first race but didn't do so. Hissy should have won today. Tripod should have won last season. Milo ended up doing so. Squid ended up doing so. Talk to me about the Tier 3 race from what you know, and as well, last season's race too.
Alright, I'll begin with last season's race. Last season's race, it had a load. It had safety cars, had a 4-wide moment. I can't really tell who the drivers were, but it was probably crazier moments. I know Tripod, I think, came out first out of that, but some of the same moments, Malo getting his first win. A Tier 2 race that had pretty much everything. It was a great Tier 2 race. As for Tier 3, I'd say it's probably like a B-Tech Tier 2 race from last season.
Yeah, kind of flashbacks.
It had craziness. It had a race safety car and all that, and it had a winner that arguably wasn't exactly incredibly deserved. I mean, like, you could argue Hissy should have won that race, like you said, but yeah, it was an okay race, but pretty outshadowed by the Tier 2 race last season, in my opinion.
Yeah, and GS are chilly at the top. Yeah, last season's race here, I mean, Kagoda Beatnik, as Atlantis gets online, you're gonna have to probably invite him back.
Alright.
Yeah, with last season's race, Kagoda Beatnik, they led the safety car race, so we had the 4-wide moment. We had crazy moments in this race last season, but I think this season could play a bit different. You see how close the field is right now, 2 Williams at the top. It could get interesting. With this race. I just uploaded Tier 3 race as well, so if you want to watch that after the stream, please go do so. Regardless, we're going to have to find out if Atlantis will get it. And I don't know if there will be the glitch where it sends you to the back. I know you've had that. I don't know if he'll have that glitch, but he may.
I think he will.
There's a decent chance he may. I'm not too sure, so I don't know. I'm not an expert on this game, but I am one who complains about it. So, yeah. First starts in this race last season, though, on the other hand. Technically, GSR Patriot made his first start back in Tier 2, returned to Tier 2 in this race last season, was not the best of races for him. Now, Tier 1 rookie from this season, though, Kyle SO2, made his first start of this race last season. Now, he ended up having a decent run most of the race. Now, first starts, returns, all that great stuff. You got GSR Whammon replacing Patriot for this race this weekend. He's in the Williams. This is the first time, I believe, since I'd like to say Austria, that he's been in the Williams. He returns, and he's Chili's teammate this time, not Patriots, replacing Patriot for this weekend. I don't really know the story of Patriot, why he's not making it, but I will say, I know he said, I know he made a little bet. Every time someone spun in practice in FP3, as Atlantis has finally joined, every time someone spun in FP3, he was going to take a shot. Not with a gun, but like with beer, or whatever it was. I don't know exactly what it was. Don't quote me. I don't know. But it shot with something, right? So I know that's what he said. I don't know if that was true or not, but there was a lot of people who spun in FP3. We'll just say that. So I don't know what the reason is for him missing though, but it could be that. I don't know. I'm not assuming, but I'm just saying it could be. So Whammon returns. KDX is back after kind of missing a few weeks. You see Sam C kind of really cut that corner. AMS Rain to the top, though. That's nice to see. Well, XPilo, though, after GSR Silent has kind of left the league. XPilo, new full-time driver at Alfa Romeo. What do you think of that, Paulo? One of your drivers, kind of. I mean, it's not your team, but it's your co-owned team, you could say.
I mean,
XPilo goes to Alfa Romeo.
Great to see him back. I mean, he was here last season. He was arguably one of the more unluckier drivers, but it's great to see him back. And I've seen on his time trials, he looks pretty quick. I'm not gonna lie. So hopefully he can show his pace today in Mexico. So I'll be excited to see what he can do.
Speaking of returns, how about the guy in third place right now in this qualifying session, Beatnik? Well, what a story it's been in his ARL career. Kind of second ARL career right now. Kind of remind you of the Kyle Larson story in NASCAR, where Beatnik won his first start, then as well took on the Constructors' Championship with a Mercedes, had his teammate win the Drivers' Championship, go to being team leader, to being banned, to now unbanned, to being a reserve, replacing Davis for this race, who has a race ban. Could he come out to win this race? That would be a great story, and that would be a very, very welcome surprise. Now, also, I don't think there's anyone else making a reserve starter, you know, coming here for the first time, but that's kind of your storylines for this weekend. Davis as well with that race ban from last week after kind of not the best driving. I'll be honest. I'll just put it that way. I'm not going to say exactly how many incidents or what incidents he was in, but it was just many. Lannis Stray 20 has now joined the session. He's at the 20th place. But, no, regardless, XP Logo's third as well. Let's go over the points, Paulo. So, based off my knowledge here, Atlantis is 52 points ahead of Sam, 22 points ahead of Maddie. So, everyone down to 6th place is still in contention for this championship. That's a good thing about it. But the problem is McLaren drivers here could clinch the Drivers' Championship today and the Constructors. All they need to do for the Constructors is just outscore AlphaTauri. They're the only ones really still in it. If they outscore AlphaTauri or only get outscored by 3-4 points, well, they win it. But McLaren could win both Constructors today. Tier 3 and Tier 2.
Yeah,
I was going to say as well, with their driver standings, what they need to do is Atlantis, championship leader, needs to be, by the end of this race, 55 points out of Sam, because ties and stuff like that could happen. He's currently 52, so he just needs to outscore him by about 3-4 points there by the end of the race. So yeah, drivers and championship standings, there you go. Anyway, say what you're going to say, because I kind of cut you off, and I apologize for doing so.
It's fine. Yeah, I think McLaren have been just the dominant force all season long, and yeah,
Pick the best lineup.
Yeah, they've had the best lineup from every tier, arguably except for Tier 1. Although Tier 1 has been like extremely close this season, so that's not really a surprise. No one has had really the best lineup. So, but yeah, been a great season for McLaren. You know, despite some controversies we've had with them, they've been the dominant force all season, and they thoroughly deserve both championships.
Agreed. And combined constructors to be still today. I'm not really focused on that battle as much. That will be focused on later in the week. That's only because of the fact pending penalties. So McLaren, with the way their Tier 3 race was, they don't look ever so much closer to 1,000 combined constructors points. So I just thought I'd say that. that's getting much, much closer to not reaching it. But they could definitely clinch the Combined Constructors Championship 2 weekends before Brazil. That's crazy to think. Well, technically, yeah, two races before the final race. And that 2 race weekends, I should say. But that's really 6 races among all tiers. So, we got a little competitive team among us, I'll say that. But, yeah, 20 viewers to the stream so far. Get your friends tune in. Come on. You know, it ain't over till it's over. And, especially you can say that about the championship. Tier 2 constructors, you know, that seems about almost decided. Tier 2 drivers, on the other hand, that's still a fight. That's still close. And Paulo, this championship's been wide open. And I think, like, Atlantis, similar to you, might have the same glitch you had in Japan. So, championship blown wide open, question mark?
I mean, if Elias does get the thing that I got in Japan, then where he's going to have to start at the back, I think absolutely. I think Matty Mumu, if he keeps his pole, which I don't think is likely considering everyone will start their last laps in the track evolution and all that. If Matty Mumu does end up getting pole, he'll be in an absolute incredible position to not take the championship lead, but maybe edge closer and closer to Atlantis. And this could be a good championship fight between the McLaren boys.
Yeah, how hard will they fight one another? We've not seen a McLaren driver collide with another McLaren driver this season, so that's good to see. You know, you don't like to see teammates colliding, but they're one of the teams that you would think, oh, they collide, but they haven't. They've had their moments this season where they've been off the pace, but besides that, they've not collided. Regardless, I want to quickly speak about something here. Oh, KDX almost gets in the way of F1 Boy right there, but I want to speak about something quickly here. And this is mainly kind of about strategy. Before we get to the end of this qualifying session, what we saw in the Tier 3 race yesterday, or sorry, Tier 3 race today, I'm not predicting the future, by the way. Tier 3 race today, we saw differing strategies. Softs, mediums, hard softs by the race winner. Hard mediums by the race winner. Softs, hards. Could we see the same thing today? What do you think the strategy will be like, Paulo, quickly, before we get the final laps in?
I mean, I don't think the hards will make it unless there's like multiple safety cars. So I think people might play it safe and do a 2-stop, but I don't know. People can do really ballsy strategies and pull it off. I mean, look at Matty Mumu from last week. He took hards 28 laps.
Exactly. Well, I mean, there's been so many strategies how you look at it, and it's like, holy cow, how did that work? And how did that happen? But yeah, final laps. Matty Moon was actually invalidated his out lap and got a valid next lap. Atlantis, on the other hand, same thing for him. The Renault driver does not improve. He's going to start a lap, in fact. Mercedes driver, that should be KDX starting a lap. The AlphaTauri as well. That should be Adam. Next one should be Sam. Then you would have Beatnik coming to the line. All of them will start laps here. Now them getting invalidated is very possible. But you have drivers coming to the line this time. GSR Whamman entering the final sector. Kind of cutting the track, trying to get a final lap in. He needs to do something here to get the last lap in. But the checker flag is complete for Chile. He's in the pits. The Red Bull driver, that's rather Rapalucas or Riles. Whamman might not even be in the top 10 by the end of this thing. He sits 9th. XPilo's out of the session. No chance for pole. Rapalucas cutting the track. Can't get anything there. GSR Riles up to 13th. Not ahead of his teammate. The Ferrari driver, F1 Boy, still 16th. But you have the racing point of Milo, who won last season, entering the final sector along with GSR Callum, who sits down in 18th. Callum up 4/10. Can it be top 15 for Callum? Where does he go? 16th. And you have as well brake tester to pole at his home race. But not so long. There's still people who can say something about that because Matty Mumu goes to pole.
AMS range invalidated. Beatnik's 4/10 off.
Yeah, there you go. Beatnik right there in his final lap. And you also have as well someone who gained a position right there. I think that might have been GSR Luke who came to the line right there. You have Haas driver Beatnik coming to the line this time as well as Atlantis. Where can they go? Beatnik is on the front row. Atlantis has invalidated, and he is 15th, while Matty Mumu is on pole with the Haas drivers sitting 2nd and 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah. Tell me about it. What a qualifying session. Matty Mumu, that's a third pole, sorry, a second pole this season, if I'm correct. Holy cow.
This man wants to win
Yeah,
this
second
championship,
pole,
sure,
first
for
since
sure.
France. What were you saying?
This man wants this man could definitely win this championship if things go his way today.
It is not over. It is not over whatsoever. It is not. Thank God it isn't. We saw in heading to Mexico last season, the championship was not that close at all. It was not that close, but the final 3 races kind of decided the championship. Matty Mumu and Beatnik both started in the front row. 2 guys who've been on the podium in LDRL, and I think got podiums here in LDRL last season, if I'm correct. I don't quote me on that, but I know they were front runners, and that was in Tier 2. But on this Tier 2, they're on the front row. Brake Tester does home race, though. Second row for him. XP Low in the top 10, Adam 5, KDX as well. You also have outside the top 10, Milo Gaming, who won this race last season, Riles as well, Atlantis, a big name right there, but also Utah Elephant, who sits down in 19th. He took a 4th place finish in this race last season. And I'm also going to say as well, I know this guy's in the top 10, but Adam Fav, had kind of a timing glitch in the race last season, didn't get the finish he probably deserved to get, but he's looking for possibly 5 spots better than last season's race. Yeah, Lannis, not happy with someone here in the main chat, I see. Kind of, oh yeah, it's about KDX right there. And, that's probably why I would at least be assuming that Atlantis invalidated his lap. And, that's true. Beatnik started second in this race last season. I'm glad to bring that up. 2 seasons in a row, Beatnik is on the front row. Can his fate be different this time? Oh, Paula, what a story that would be. Beatnik coming back not even a week ago from a ban. Unbanned about a week ago, to racing this race. And now he could possibly be on podium once again.
I mean, he could definitely go for the win here today. I mean, recently in quality, he's still pacey as ever, so he can definitely go for it today.
And I butchered that spelling. God darn it. That's frustrating. But hey, I'm gonna go through our favorites, Paula, and yes, it has sent Atlantis to the back, so that's another I hate this glitch, bro. Alright, well, regardless, on the hards is Atlantis, on the hards is Bama. The rest of the guys outside the top 10, besides GSR Whammon, are on the mediums. So here's my favorites in this race. First off, I'm gonna go GSR Whammon. You know, this time as a reserve, so, you know, reserve drivers gotta watch how you drive. You don't want to drive dirty, but if you're GSR Whammon here, that was close. I think he's got rammed into on the formation lap as well. And he has. GSR Whammon, though, on the other hand. With him, this race in GSR Mexico, I want to say the Tier 1 race or Tier 2 race, one of the two, he was actually disqualified. But he ran the other race. And I don't remember which one it was. He had great pace overall, contending for the win. I know it's GSR, and I know you could say, hey, well, it's GSR, who cares, right? Or, oh, just it's this partner league, it's a different league. But GSR Whammon had great pace there, and has a great time trial, and it's on par with a lot of the Tier 1 drivers. So, could he even be on for a win today? He's never had a podium, but he has had a pole position, so you could tell he's definitely good on the one-lap pace. And I'm as well going to go with Brake Tester, the only Mexican driver in this tier, and the second Mexican driver in this league. Home race. Born in Mexico, lives in the U.S. right now. Okay, Brake Tester here, you know, he's bottled so much. But he said, hey, if I get the lead, I don't want to be overconfident. I don't want to be like, hey, I'm leading. No, that's not the way it works, because you got to have everything go right for you. You got to execute the whole race. And you got to just do it right. And I think today's the day. Anyways, 2 favorites from you, Mr. Polo.
I mean, I'm going to have to pick Atlantis at the back. I mean, he got Mead. But I think he can definitely pull his charge in the field. He's on those hards, doing the interesting alternate strategy. He could bolster to something well today. So just see what he can do. And I'm also gonna go with XPLO and Ace. First start in a full time team in Alfa Romeo. So let's see what he can do.
Also gonna go 2 outsiders like I do in Then in Tier 3, Maddie and Beatnik starting on the front row. How can they shape up? One's a championship contender, one's a reserve, one's coming back from ban! Oh my god, tell me about the story if he wins this race, Beatnik. That would be an insane story. But the 5 red lights are waiting to come upon us here in this race. Just waiting on somebody to press A or do something here. I don't know who it may be. It might be Atlantis. It might be F1 Boy as well, because he's ghosted. But here we come for the 5 red lights. 5 red lights come upon us here in Mexico for the Mexican Grand Prix. KDX Briar's got a jump start, but it is lights out, and away we go. They're side by side of the front row. I think Manny Mumu got a bad start, but Beatnik is leading the Grand Prix already in the net race lead. Getting the slipstream down to turn 1 is GSR Luke. Here comes AMS Rain with Sam Steed as well. Adam Fav in the grass, but into turn 1. Here comes GSR Luke on Beatnik. Beatnik around the outside. He's going to retain the race lead still. On lap 1 is Manny Mumu. Has fell down in net P5, but Beatnik, net race lead of this race, ahead of GSR Luke.
Wow, great start from Beatnik, great start from Luke, great start from Rain, but an awful start from Matty Moo, the pole sitter. He needs
And Rate Tester, 2. Oh, contact is made. Callum's got by Riles. Atlantis is got by Wham, and Atlantis trying to get by a lot of people. Let's look at the positions gained already. And the positions lost: 7 for Rapalucas, 6 for Whammon, 6 for Brake Tester, and 5 positions lost as well for Matty Momo. While, of course, KDX from the jump start has gained 9. What a crazy start. Riles as well. Oh, with Whammon right here. They're going side by side through the S's. Whammon has to cut. He's got a 3-second time penalty from that. And as well, Chili with Brake Tester. They're touching as well. Touching again. More contact. KDX coming in the pits, but Beatnik is going to lead the first lap of this race on his return to ARL. It's Beatnik and Luke, 1-2. Remember at the start of the season when these two were originally supposed to be teammates, but during the offseason, things happened, things changed that, and now they're 1-2. What just would have been the Mercedes lineup.
Yeah, that would have been incredible, but these two are now going to be battling for the race win. Who would have thought that? At the start of the season, Beatnik was supposed to be with Luke, and now they're battling for the race win on Beatnik's return.
Oh, here we go. 3 wide at the very back. I think Milo's made some contact with Chili. A bit aggressive right there, but Brake Tester has gone around the outside right here, trying to still go around the outside of Chili. They're actually touching wheels right there, but Brake Tester, after a bad start, gets ahead for now. You also have AMS Rain as well in the back of GSR Luke and Beatnik. A 3-second time penalty handed to Bobby the Human. Riles as well, pitted on the opening lap. He gone for soft, and I think that's Bobby the Human losing positions and now spun it around. Oh, and Atlantis, it's a close call for our championship contender. And down the order as well goes Sam, losing a few positions. GSR Whammon is side by side with Alabama Outlaw. He's got ahead right there. That's for 13th place. You can tell he's really fell down. And out of the race is Bobby the Human. That may bring out a safety car.
Don't think it has.
Well, Beatnik is in the lead on the second lap of this race, while AMS Rain is on the back of GSR Luke. Talk about the young ones in this league. 2 of the youngest drivers running second and third right now. Can you believe that? I mean, the young talent from these guys. I mean, you see it in real life. George Russell, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, all those guys. Now you have AMS Rain and GSR Luke, who are actually going wheel to wheel down to turn 4 this time. They may make it out alive, but AMS Rain has to go around the far outside. Luke cuts the corner a little bit, while Whammon picks up a 6 seconds now in penalties, while Matty Momo, XPLO, Sam Steed is 4th through 6th. Well, interesting start for sure to this race with the way things have handled itself. Kind of calmed down from that opening lap, but you have GSR Chili in the back of Brake Tester. Brake Tester lost a lot of positions in the opening lap. I'm telling you, one of the guys who really sweated off for this race, Brake Tester, put in so many laps. He is so close to so many Tier 1 drivers. Only about 5, 6 tenths off of Jack. Right now, 8th. You have DRS enabled on this lap as well. This is the first lap with the DRS actually being used. You have XPLO in the back of Matty Mumu. This is into turn 1. XPLO running in great position to possibly take a podium by the end of this race. Because remember, I think this race last season, he was definitely in contention for something good, but it just didn't go his way. And I remember he was in that 4 wide moment as well. It was rather him or Squid Jr. because that was, I believe, the lineup, XP and Squid Jr. So yeah, Brake Tester has got by Adam though as Adam tries to dodge wheels, and Brake Tester has gone ahead. A little smart move right there.
Yeah, he's gonna have to.
Oh, Chili as well.
Oh. Yeah, Adam made a mistake. Chili's now through.
Well, things have changed right there with that being said. But, yeah, that's 7th and 8th for them. They've passed Adam. They've got by. And it's now AMS Rain who's got ahead of GSR Luke somehow. Taking position right there in the 2nd place of this race. Matty has the big lag. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I seen that before in quali at some point. So, yeah. Both McLaren drivers lagging. And Lannis, let's look at his progress as well. He's got up to 15th. So let's look at the positions gained one more time. 5 positions for F1 Boy, not a bad opening lap. Same with Atlantis as well. But not a good start for Matty Mumu, not a good start for Brake Tester. Same with Chili as well, but for the race lead.
They were side by side, but Amos ran back there. But he could come again into the end of sector 1, into the split. He's gonna go around the outside. Is he gonna try and go for the move? He does. Oh, so Beatnik's gonna have to cut the corner a little bit, but Amos Rain is now through for the race lead.
Can't challenge there, Beatnik. Beatnik has fell back to 2nd. AMS Rain, your new race leader. But hey, with that being said, Matty Mumu actually picked up his first penalty of this race. That's going to be crucial by the end of this race with the way things have gone. Look at Tier 3. The race came down to penalties, and something's happened to GSR Luke. It's now kind of a 3-car train still for that race lead. You also have a kind of 4-car train, maybe 5. But the back of this pack, GSR Whammon is on F1 Boy, actually touching wheels right there. Adam Fav gets a penalty. Whammon trying to go around the outside of F1 Boy here. This is for a position in the stadium section. F1 Boy's got ahead. And Matty Mumu got ahead again there, GSR Luke, while XPLO is still in that train of cars for that race lead. So that's going to be crucial by the end of this race. If you want to be in that, you want to be on par with the race leaders. You want to be in that pack. And like Hissy said, that race was going to come down to penalties, and it sure did. And it didn't come down to the right way with him with penalties. So it's the way things gone. KDX, though, on the other hand, got by Rapalucas somehow right there. I don't know how. Milo on the back of Adam Fav as well. This is into Sector 2. 9th place this is in this race. You have F1 Boy and Whammon behind. Locking up right there. I think Whammon did the same too. A 4-car train, you know, you don't want to be too close to one another, running in the back of someone when they brake so much. F1 Boy in the back of Milo again. Milo just so sideways through the S's, and Beatnik is still in the back of AMS Rain for this race lead. KDX picks up a penalty. But the battle right now is the race lead, AMS Rain, Beatnik, Matty Mumu. I mean, again, what a story it would be for Beatnik. I keep mentioning what a story it would be, but no reserve this season has won in Tier 2. And I don't even know, the only reserve that I can think of that has won and that I remember is myself. But right now, Beatnik is challenging for this race lead to the outside. Or on the left side here, you see a battle in the back as well between a Haas, and that is an AlphaTauri. That's Sam Steed. Beatnik gets the lead, while Brake Tester goes through and Sam. You can see Sam lagging a little bit. But, no, though, I'm trying to think the last time a reserve won. I can't think of it. I really can't. In Tier 2, I'm saying in Tier 2, I know there's been many reserves who won. But I'm thinking in Tier 2, the last time a reserve won a race. Definitely not this season. I know AMS Rain gone to Renault there. Replacing Tripod after he left. He won in his first race as a full-time driver this season. Patriot wasn't a reserve, but he was added to Williams at the end of the season. So the only winner that I could think of here that was a reserve. Well, there's 2 winners actually who was a reserve. No, 3. I'm sorry, 3. There's 3. It was JSC Hellcat in Tier 2. Myself and Ozone Tech. Now, GSR Rouse has got a 3-second penalty there. And I think AMS Rain is rather almost out of DRS range. Yeah, he's just barely in it. Right there as XPLO gets by Luke, because Luke is heading into the pit lane for the first time in this race. But, yeah, a reserve winning. That'd be the first time since Ozone Tech The guy who everyone knows for changing his gamer tag about 40 times, that him, he won in Italy. That was the last time a reserve won a race in Tier 2, so that'd be a great story. Well, still close between this race lead. I don't know if Paulo's dead. I don't hear him.
Oh no, I'm still here.
Here's Echo.
Look at the
Okay, well, Milo's
here,
down the inside of Adam.
Fab and Milo.
Yeah. You also have Bama and Callum. This is for 11th. Oh, touching right there between the Racing Point and Renault. Oh, more contact made.
Yeah.
XPO's got a penalty as well. And now down the inside is Atlantis on Bama. Yep, Bama has to yield, has to let him by there, because that would have been a bad mistake if they tried to go side-by-side there. I know Pluto tried to go side-by-side with someone there last season. I know he ended up crashing out of that, came back to finish second in this race. AMS Rain heading to the pits for the first time in this race and actually speeding. I saw that on board. Oh, no.
That could be big. Is he doing the two-stop? He is.
And GSR Waman has picked up a penalty while Brake Tester is got by XPilo, and he's trying to get himself back into the front pack, while GSR Chili's in the back of Sam as well for 5th place. Behind that, Milo on Adam Fab down the inside at turn 1, locking up and almost going into the side of Adam Fab, but goes through. Atlantis on Callum, he's into a points position, but keep in mind, there's already been people who've ran in the top 10, who've already pitted. It's only really a net P12, so... Milo trying once again. Just can't get enough traction right there on Adam. Can't get a move on right there on Adam Fab, but... Again, it's close between GSR Chili, XPilo, and Sam. Mainly GSR Chili and Sam. These two are very close to one another. I'm very interested to see how this will go. But backed off right there. Milo Gaming with a penalty, and now he's got under the back of Adam Fab to the left side. This is into the stadium section. In the final sector, they've actually touched just a little bit. Milo trying to go on the far outside. I think he may have picked up a warning for that. But Adam Fab trying to switch back. Yeah, can't do nothing there. But he's going to have the DRS now down to turn 1, while Beatnik, the race leader, has pitted. Alabama Outlaw has picked up a penalty. You also have as well Adam Fab again back on Milo. Gone through. It says the race lead is closer than it actually is, so just ignore that. I'm having a tough time ignoring that, but yeah. Here's Sam Steed down the inside of XPilo. Oh, they touch wheels. XPilo. He goes for a slide, and I think Sam's got that position. He kind of passed him off track a bit there, but we'll see if the stewards say anything about that after the race. I mean, he just did it to stay ahead. I don't know about passed him off track. I just want to reword that quickly. Callum has also picked up a penalty, while the two race leaders, Brake Tester coming in. Matty Mimo trying to extend that soft, but he's going to speed almost. Oh, he's so lucky not to speed there, Brake Tester. That was close. Oh, XPL actually knocks down the pit marker, and it's 2nd through 5th actually pitting. I'm going to say 6th is as well. Adam Fab actually chooses not to. Well, trying to break the slipstream with Milo Gaming and F1 Boy as well. Matty Mimo, though, your race leader.
Sam Steed's on the hards.
Bold. Bold. That's all I gotta say. Atlantis picks up a penalty.
I don't put past that Matty Mimo could be trying the same strategy. Save it, maybe Adam Fab.
Bama has touched with Callum again. Those two have almost came to collision right there. And that could have gone a whole lot worse, especially if they were running a high speed. Luckily, Bama saved it and couldn't... I mean, he could pass him from it, but now he's got a penalty. I mean, The good thing is he didn't spin around and cause a massive crash. I apologize. But we've seen this before. Bama trying to let his teammate go. Might be trying to let AMS Rain go. Gonna give him a little easy one right there. AMS Rain goes through. While you have Milo going through at the stadium section right there, and Adam. Contact again between them. Milo's got ahead. The race leader again, Matty Mumu, does not pit. Adam, though, is... I don't know, Jarv. I don't know. I'm assuming that's forced Wi-Fi, but I'm not sure. Regardless, you have AMS Rain on Callum now as well. I could see the game kind of lagging as well, too. And that's mainly because of Sam Steed. He was on 1 bar. I noticed by... Oh, F1 Boy spun Milo. F1 Boy spun Milo around. Luckily, Milo keeps it in a straight line. Utile as well. He picks up a penalty. But you have Atlantis and AMS Rain actually touching wheels right there into turn 4.
This is not good for AMS Rain. He needs to get past these two because he's going to be losing so much time to Matty Mumu, who...
Speaking about
honestly,
that, Beanick's going to be on the back of this train very soon, and he already is.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Matty Mumu is making the overcut. This could actually work out in his favor really, really well here. I think Matty Mumu is going to try and go onto the hards, and I wouldn't put him past him if he does it because he's done it before. He did it in Singapore last week, so he can do it this week. He's not pitting.
AMS Rain barges his way through, and Atlantis, though, that's for 3rd place in this race. While you have as well Beatnik on Milo. Milo kind of being a little bit easy on Beatnik. You know, these two have some memories from Spain in Season 2 in Tier 2. Close, touching battle right there between them back then. You also had GSR Luke, I believe, pass Utah Elephant. Brake Tester's on Rappalucas as well. Rappalucas not giving much space, but Brake Tester is trying everything that he can. He actually touches wheels right there. And yeah, Rappalucas realizes he has to give him the room right there, but can't get by right there. And AMS Rain as well. Again on F1 Boy. And Bama on Callum again. These two battling once again.
Rappalucas on Utah. And then Brake Tester is going to try and get through. Oh, there's a bit of spin. And Rappalucas is around. And Brake Tester has to back off, and he's slowed down so much. And there's a 5-second penalty for Brake Tester. Was that little contact?
Yeah, that was. Rappalucas actually diving back down the inside, and I think he rather got a legal overtake from a Brake Tester, or he wanted to be very nice and say, hey, that was my fault. I need to let the possession back because that may have been unfair. While Chili's gone through there as well. Oh, he's ran in the back of Rappalucas. He's ran in the back of him, and he goes on the wall. Brake Tester with problems.
Yeah, he has damage.
And he's kind of... Yeah, that's a rage, I think. Oh, okay. Matty Mumu, the race leader's pitting. Okay.
Gone to
What's
hearts.
happened here? Yeah, I'm kind of not surprised about that. I'm sure Brake Tester's very mad right now at his home race, but I think what he realized though is that, hey, I can't rage out of this race or else I'm going to be penalized. Cutting the pit lane to get back, and Alabama Outlaw is out of the race in the pit lane, that is. I don't know what happened there, but he's the 2nd retirement in this race. While Matty Mumu has come out behind Beatnik, behind GSR Luke, but he's the only one on a 1-stop that's like he came out in front of everyone else in the 1-stop. Brake Tester out as well. Forgot to mention that. While KDX, oh, with Adam Fav right there, that could have been really much worse, but still keeps it in a straight line while that happens. KDX on Adam Fav. This is outside the points, though, but this just still matters because there's some people in this race yet to pit, and actually they touch wheels. Again, touching wheels. KDX kind of pushes him off the racetrack right there. Adam probably doesn't want to give him much room while he actually has Whammon to his inside right there. Whammon has to back off. Yeah, well, not the home race Brake Tester would have wanted. That's definitely a bummer for him. He won here in GSR, but hasn't won here in ARL. What a bummer it was for him. F1 Boy is well pitting. There's a yellow flag.
That's Callum.
Callum. Yeah.
Section.
Not very usual to see us in this season by himself. Well, that's kind of happened now. Adam Fav by Whammon again. While F1 Boy pits for hards, Milo pits for hards as well. And Ryle's pit for more softs there. I just noticed with someone telling me in the chat, why for more softs? That's not going to help you.
Maybe using soft mediums. I don't know.
He's
What did
been
that?
on softs or something for a while. If you look at his pit stops, all it's been is softs, I think. But yeah. I wish we still had the Rouse fan club here. They'd be cheering him on, but I think they'd be better race engineers than I would, because I think they're... I don't know if they're telling him the strategy or not, but oh, Whammon gets into the side, actually, of Adam Fav, and luckily keeps it in a straight line again. Something it was harder for people to do. And Beatnik actually going wheel to wheel with Atlantis. Atlantis has got through. Now, you could definitely say Atlantis might be trying to play some tactics here, you know? Hold him up before I pit. Hold him up before I pit, you know? Try to have Matty Moon get back up to him, which is possible of happening. But here comes Beatnik. Atlantis might not be able to defend this time because how close the closing rate will be this time. Look at Atlantis trying to defend. Beatnik has to go around the outside right there. He's done so. Atlantis might want to fight back. Yeah, he can't do so right there. It's just not close enough. But he will not actually have the DRS down to turn 4 because Beatnik, on the other hand, gets double DRS. That's something at this track that's unique about it. Double DRS down to turn 1 and now down to turn 4. While Sam Seed has actually passed Rapalucas, has gone through, overtaken him. Oh, sorry, Squid. Whammon as well, getting by Adam Fav right there, pinching one another right there, squeezing one another toward the grass, actually touching wheels again. Down to turn 4. Whammon, though, staying ahead for the time being, but Adam Fav still trying to fight this back. Adam Fav has to go ahead.
Here goes F1 boy. Around the outside.
Whammon touching with F1 boy as well. So now Matty Mumu on the back of GS or Luke here. Keep in mind, Beatnik's also on a different strategy. And we saw Bennett try that strategy in Tier 3. Didn't really work out too well. But could be a differing strategy here for Beatnik. We'll see. Into the pits comes Rapalucas. For the first time in this race, he's pitting for the hards. Hard strategy, that's open. Mediums, I'd say, go 14 plus-ish laps around there. Yellow flag. That is GSR Whammon.
Bender was trying to go into the pit lane.
Might retire here from the pit lane. Yes, he has. We also have Matty Mumu, who's got by GSR Luke. That's a 4th retirement in this race. And, that's a glitch between Matty Mumu and Atlantis. I think they might have a timing glitch by the end of this race, too, as well. With that being said, I'm assuming they will. Rapalucas, on the other hand, has left the session. Okay, then. That was quite the lag. You'll have to invite him back.
Yes, will do.
What's that noise? Oh. I can hear your Xbox. And you're echoing.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're echoing. Anyway, F1 boy down the inside of Adam Fav has gone through there. Adam Fav, though, switching back to the stadium section. Trying to get a move on there. Can't do nothing there. May try at the final corner. No. Yeah, the gap just needed to fix itself. Atlantis 1.7 with Matty Mumu 1.8 now. Now, while GSR Luke's in the back of him as well. And yeah, I know. Holy cow, that echo. I know, right? Adam Fav again on F1 boy. This is into turn 1. This is for a points position. But keep in mind, yet to pit in this race is Atlantis. And where he'll come out is around these guys in 10th and 11th place. F1 boy ahead. Rapalucas has joined back the session.
Is the echo still there, or is it gone now?
It's gone. Regardless, okay. Adam Fav back down the inside of Adam Fav down the inside of F1 boy, getting through there, but F1 boy coming back out into the right-hander. He's still there, trying to get through, but it's Adam Fav ahead for now. But F1 boy still challenging right here. Yeah, can't do nothing there. That's not a place you want to go side by side in. If you even attempted it, you'd probably go into a spin, depending on how much room the car next to you gives. Matty Mumu, though, will have some DRS on his teammate Atlantis. They may be trying something tactical here to try to pull away from GSR Luke or try to get themselves up to Beatnik. But here comes the two teammates.
We're thinking Atlantis gonna
The
let
two
Maddie through.
championship contenders going wheel to wheel, and I think Atlantis has let him through.
I think Atlantis knows that Maddie, and this is Maddie's race. Oh, he picked up a penalty actually.
That's a second penalty. F1 boy gets by Adam Fav as well. Things trade there. Well, Luke and Chili as well are on the back of these two. With the way this race goes, this could be anyone's game. I mean, it's going to be a two-stop. And we mentioned strategy. Atlantis might go try hards to softs. We know how desperate Atlantis can be on his strategy. His strategy is quite bold a lot of the time. So he could go hards to softs here. And trying to keep himself in the championship fight while Sam Steed picks up a 3-second time penalty. The two teammates at Red Bull, Riles and Rapalucas, 15th and 16th. Outside the points, might have a little battle here pretty soon. Chili side by side though, wheel to wheel with GSR Luke, but he's going to have the DRS. Chili will. GSR Luke going to have his overtake button wide open though as well. Utelfin picking up a penalty, but here comes GSR Luke. Can't get enough back at it. Almost running out of ERS right there in the front straight. And yeah, there you go. Chili is ahead and trying to catch the McLaren boys now. Wayman as well is already out of the race. Not too happy with Adam Fav. Adam Fav will probably have a visit sometime after this race to the stewards once again for, I'd be assuming, probably like the 6th or more time this season. And that's not the goodest thing, not the best thing, but again, gonna have a visit to the stewards possibly. And AMS Rain, your race leader, has picked up a penalty, while XPilo has as well. And these guys are still in a train somewhat. Atlantis, Chili, Luke somewhat there, XPilo as well there, still in a train.
You do a penalty.
Yeah, brake testers. I was gonna say brake tester as well, who's out of the race. Not so happy with Rapalucas either. Go ahead.
Should we do a penalty check here?
Yeah, good.
Amos Reyes, maybe one of it is a 5-second, but he's 6 seconds plus that 5-second. Beatnik has actually no penalties. He's 3 warnings though. Matt Weimer has 2 penalties. Atlantis, I believe, has a penalty. Yes, he does. GSR Chili has a penalty. GSR Luke has, I believe, 3 penalties. Explo has 2 penalties. Steed has only a penalty. X has a penalty. And that F1 boy has just a penalty.
That's your top 10. If you heard Paulo, well, hopefully you did, because I might be deaf, I guess. But yeah, no, I heard you a little bit. I heard you. So, I mean, if my TV wasn't turned up to like 30 volume, I wouldn't be able to hear you. So that's good. But regardless, you have Chile now in the back of Atlantis. This is for 4th place. The McLaren driver versus the Williams driver. And you could definitely claim Williams probably had the best lineup at the start of the season with Asian, that was Patriot as well. But now they've got Chile and Patriot, while Chile goes through in Atlantis, has got the position, and he says to Atlantis, welcome to Chili's. Sorry, I had to put it on there. I had to. Well, yeah, Atlantis, though, coming into the pits, he may be trying to go for the medium tire, maybe the softs. Very bold if he does, but he may go for it. He actually is going to go for the mediums. Now, where he's going to come out should be around F1 Boy and Adam Fav here. KDX as well coming in the pits. So, yeah, Atlantis should come out around F1 Boy, Adam Fav. Maybe Milo at the very tail end. Yeah, there you go, right here. Yo, Adam Fav definitely slipstreaming right here on the back of Atlantis. This is into turn 1. Adam Fav on the outside. Can't do nothing there. Atlantis defends again.
Stays ahead.
Wow. While XPilo has actually got in the back of Luke and Chili, and while this seems as crazy as it does, Chili could take a first podium of the season depending on penalties. I don't know the penalty situation. I just know Maddie AMS Reigns penalties. The top 3, basically. And XPilo could take a second podium in ARL, if that's the case too as well, if his penalties are all clean and green. Not much action, but with Atlantis being on the mediums, you still might have some action, but the championship as things would stand. 16 to 2 points from this race, well, that would mean the championship fight 8 points between Maddie and Atlantis. Here comes XPLO and Luke. He's sailed through. He's gone through. With that being said, Atlantis has now got DRS on F1 Boy. And within 5/10, Adam Fab picks up a penalty while that happens. Here he comes, Atlantis. Easy pass right there. Not many battles on the racetrack, but the thing is, I want to keep in mind, though, we are getting to the point where the race leaders are going to be pitting very soon, and they may try to go softs if they're really pushing it, though, because mediums in this race, I want to say last 15 to 19 laps, maybe 14 at the very minimum, I'd say, but you will be seeing the race leaders come in at some point in the next few laps. I'm going to quickly be right back. Polo, you can take over for now. You've been quiet this race, which I'll give you some chance to talk.
Okay, finally. Now I'm back in the main commentary role. Not the first time. So GSR Luke actually comes in the pit for a second stop. It's gonna go on to another set of mediums. Now, this is gonna be interesting. This is what we're gonna see from Atlantis. Where is he gonna come out compared to GSR Luke? I think he's gonna jump him in the pits. Atlantis actually does set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:17.6. But yeah, he jumps Luke in the pits. I think Luke would be jumped by Adam as well. Actually, he does. So Atlantis is on this charge. Every XPLO, Chili, Rain, and Beatnik, they all have to pit, and Rain has those 5 seconds. Don't you forget. So Atlantis is still in this chance. It's still in this race for sure.
Yeah, now that he's moved up to 7th, that's 6 points, and that means the championship, 12 points separates them. He does not want to go down without a fight. And remember, he started 20th in this race due to that timing glitch that happened. Let's look at the positions gained from the start, even though some people will be pitting in the... Well, speaking of that, GSR Luke already did. Just noticed that, and so did it... Well, Atlantis already did anyway, too, but... yeah, race leader, there you go. Pitting. That's AMS Rain, Beatnik as well. I know Beatnik would have loved to undercut him, but Matty Mumu in the hards is going to have to stay out. It's the only opportunity for him to win this race. He's going to go hards, and if he wins this race, oh boy, that'd be a good story. Beatnik and AMS Rain may come out actually around Atlantis, maybe behind here. Beatnik jumps AMS Rain in the pit lane. And it's going to be a fight out of the pit lane to stay ahead of Atlantis here. These two have to do everything they can, and they're going to do so. They're going to stay ahead of Atlantis. And while that's happened, the positions gained in this race, Maddie, Chili, XP on the podium. 4 and 5 positions for them. 13 for Atlantis, 8 for F1 Boy.
Now, Beatnik's on the softs. Now, I think the softs can go 11 laps, but they will die at the end.
9 to 14, but you're really pushing it at that point when you go 14. Yeah, so definitely 9 to 10, definitely not, maybe 11. But when you get to 12, 13, 14 laps, you're definitely pushing it for sure. And you're really killing the tires. While Adam Fat picks up, God knows how many penalties that's been. I've seen him pick up a penalty so many times, I don't even know. But AMS Rain, on the different tire to Beatnik, still staying content with Beatnik, in fact, for 5th place. They got to do all they can to catch back up to the race leaders, because their gap is 17, 18 seconds, and you see more people as well. XPLO pitting. Chili probably will be pitting in the next lap. Chili, I'd be assuming, would be going to softs. XPLO goes to softs. There you go. He's not going to be able to stay ahead of Atlantis, so he's going to fall down a position. But where this would stand at everyone in the championship, basically, 8 points again. Luke with the fastest lap.
It's going to be close between Luke and XPLO, actually, as Luke actually jumps XPLO.
Come on, I'm quite bored besides me and Paul. I want to hear what people think about the race. Any predictions? Any late race safety cars? What do you guys think? I want to see what people in the chat think. But regardless, AMS Rain still kind of within DRS range. While Beatnik on the softs, you know, he's definitely going to be on for a podium by the end of this. But with the amount of penalties there are as well, Momo has 6 seconds in penalties with another warning in the most recent lap. Chili's got 3 seconds. Sam Steed has got a penalty from it. B-Nick, on the other hand, nothing. Just nothing, but he's got warnings with it. Penalty for AMS Rain. That's actually 4 penalties now. Atlantis has got a penalty. Is that 2? No, that's just a warning to go with it. F1 Boy, on the other hand, has 2 penalties. 3 penalties for GSR Luke.
Here comes
2 penalties for XPilo.
Around the outside.
3 penalties for, yeah, there you go. And pitting is Chili. And yeah, like you said, positions trade right there. AMS Rain, though, with the fastest lap. You also have a great battle for second place in this race. B-Nick trying on Sam Steed around the outside. He's going to have to go. Long straight line speed there. Sam's going to try it back down the inside there. They're inside one another.
They're inside each other. Oh!
Oh!
Sam spun!
Major crash. Sam has spun and got jumped in the air there by AMS Rain.
Not the first time these two have been involved in an incident, as we saw in Spain.
I was also going to mention as well. Such Jay as well said, think there will be a big spin at some point with either the leaders or cause of the safety car in the next few laps. Well, yeah, that's kind of happened now with Sam. So, I mean, his prediction does come right. While Atlantis, with the championship being in mind, with 2 races to go after today, where he would be based off of everything, 26 points for Matty Mumu, 12 points for Atlantis. So that's 14 points again between them, if I'm correct. Yes. So that means 8 points separates them in the championship and a 13-second gap between the race leaders. Now, the last thing Matty Mumu would want to see is a late race safety car. That's the last thing they want to see. Matty Mumu, I mean, you know, he wouldn't love it. Atlantis would kind of be okay with it, especially on his penalty situation with AMS Rain. XPL takes the fastest lap. Yeah, there you go. Well, we have a little battle between Rapalucas Callum. That's outside the points as well. KDX with U-Tile. There's much battling going on now. You know, now that someone spins, there's much battling. But you have Chili trying to go on the podium as well. He got on the softs. You know, those softs are going to die at the end. Not as much as the mediums, but those softs are going to die at the end. Don't know how much, but we'll figure it out. I mean, we'll see when time comes. By about 10 minutes from now, so yeah. Well, 5/10 between AMS Rain and Brake Tester. You know, they definitely got the pace to catch Matty Mumu. That's for sure. But I don't know if it's enough time. Their penalty situation, B-Nick, he has nothing, just warnings, nothing besides that. 4 penalties for AMS Rain, which isn't going to help him in this battle with B-Nick. And 12 seconds with B-Nick and Matty Mumu. With that being said, B-Nick needs to get that gap down to 6 seconds if he wants to have a chance for the race victory. Cannot pick up a penalty with that being said. Chili, on the other hand, goes by Atlantis and kind of welcomes Atlantis back to 5th place after starting 20th Atlantis. And double DRS for Chili from this. Atlantis probably won't be too happy about that. And while that's going to happen, XPilo won't have DRS on him because he didn't have DRS into turn 1, so he doesn't have DRS there. And the 2 AlphaTauris kind of battling. We also have KDX getting by Utah Elephant. Trading positions right there. Two AlphaTauris though, 9th and 10th. You know, in order to win this championship for the constructors today, Sam goes off track. Actually, gonna let Adam Fav by, but in order for them to win this constructors championship today, they need to outperform McLaren. They don't need to just beat them, outperform them, both drivers. And right now, with McLaren being 1st and 5th, doesn't look very likely for that to happen. You have XPL on the back of Atlantis, who really you could definitely say in his return has got become a better driver, and you could probably agree on that, Paulo.
Yeah, he's definitely up his pace last game. He's now on the back of Atlantis now. This is for P5 in this race. Maybe even more because of penalties. We're going to have a look at XPL's pens, actually. He has, I think...
There's a few.
2 penalties.
By Atlantis. Well, what is a few? I'll put it that way. What does a few mean?
A few means 2.
Few means 2, okay. So, compared to AMS Rain, it's not bad for him at all. With the gap he's at, I mean, he's been catching Chili, and Chili's kind of been catching AMS Rain as well. So the gap they're at, they could probably overtake AMS Rain. No way they'll be able to overtake Matty Momo, but Brake Tester is still trailing AMS Rain along in the DRS in the 1 second range. So no matter what, B-Nick is kind of helping AMS Rain just stay ahead. Milo Gaming picks up a penalty while that happens, and you know those hards, you know they actually may die out, but don't know how much. There's a spin. That's Milo Gaming off track, last season's race winner at this track. E going off track. He's out of the points now. He's been out of the points, actually. Chili, what's happened with him? AI car ghosted. Has he lagged out? Safety car.
Safety
Adam
car.
Fav's out. It's a late race safety car, and Adam Fav is out of the race. That's in the stadium section. His whole wheel is off. Look at that. Holy cow. Oh, my God. And Chili, yeah, lagged out of the session. And Adam Fav, though, on the other hand, yeah, F1 boy pitting. Yeah, on the other hand, Adam Fav, oh my God, Echo. Paulo, you're going to need to fix that. Regardless, XPLO's got a 5-second for ignoring the yellow flag. And look at his rear wheel. That whole thing is off. Paulo, your Echo! Holy cow. You need to fix your Echo.
Why is my echo? What?
Very nice Echo indeed. Well, if you're Matty Momo, you have this big of a race lead. What do? Do you pit? Do you not? I mean, you gotta stay out. I mean, but the penalties say different. You're echoing! Talk now. It's worse than mine used to be, I agree, Kagoda. But Matty Momo, the race leader, is coming into the pits. He almost speeds right there. He's lucky enough not to. And with the safety car gap, he may be able to come out in 6th place. I don't hear you echoing anymore. Yeah, B-Nick is pitting as well. AMS Rain is pitting as well. Ramon's left the session. But XPLO, this is similar to last season. Flashbacks to last season, XPLO stays out and is going to be the race leader. Wow. Atlantis as well. Actually, he gets by Matty. No, he doesn't. Never mind. Sorry. AMS Rain's out of the session. What's happened to him? Retired in the pit lane. Oh, B-Nick's going to have to deal with this. Oh, no. AMS Rain has left the session. What's happened to him? He was in a good position in this race. Now he's retired from the Grand Prix. UTELF and 5-second penalty ignoring the yellow flag. A lot's happened. Good question, Davis. I don't know what place he's in. He was so fast you couldn't see him. Chili, that's a glitch. There's no way. He's fell down to 15th. There's no way. His race has been completely screwed over now from this timing glitch. Since he's lagged out. Okay. Alrighty then. Wow.
Well,
Atlantis gets a 5-second. There's going to be a lot of appeals at the end of this race. But what I can say, though, is XPLO's leading. And B-Nick is steering clear in penalties.
F1 driver explodes first. What did I miss?
I just saw it, yeah. Well, I think Chili's just been completely screwed over by the game. I just think that's unfair what's happened with him. How do you go on a lap down?
Is he?
How is he going a lap down? Yeah, he is. Look it.
I invited him back, and I'm afraid to invite him back again in case my echo. I get a massive echo again.
Well, I'll invite him this time. Regardless, you do a penalty check.
Okay, message from Jack121205. He's probably gonna say, "Invite now." Explo is defense plus that 5 seconds. He's probably gonna get that appealed. Matty has 2 penalties. Atlantis has, I think, just a penalty.
Hold up. Repeat that with XPLO, just a 5-second, or...
Chili's back in. But Atlantis is the 5-second from...
Hold up, Paulo.
Yeah?
XPLO. 5-second he had, right? You said?
Yeah. I'd say he's probably gonna get that appealed. I don't know what it was for.
Yeah.
But...
Another controversial ending. Go ahead. Continue.
Atlantis, 3 seconds plus that 5 seconds, he's probably gonna get appealed. Luke has a load of pens. I think it's about 4. Maybe 4 or 3. Beatnik has no pens. Beatnik's in a very good position. Um, F1 Boy has two
Oh, that's why Rain
penalties.
retired. That's why. Okay, it put him on 80% tires.
Oh,
Okay. Go ahead.
uh,
After Beatnik.
Beatnik has no pens. F1 Boy has a pen. KDX has, I believe, two pens. Yes, he has. Milo Gaming has just two pens, and Utalvin has one, two, three pens plus that 5 seconds. That's four pens, and Sam Speed has two pens.
That's the top 10 with the way things stand. Chili, though, is a lap down. I don't know what timing glitch they're going to offer today with him. But we're going to be going next lap with a 2-lap shootout, I think. Adam 5, I think it was about an incident with Wyman or someone. I don't know who it was, but someone said something in the main chat, and I said, the shorts will probably have a visit. That's all I gotta say. I don't know what it was for, what incident it was for, but yeah. Regardless, I've been pinged somewhere. I don't know who. Yeah, I've invited him. I've invited Chili already. He's back in now. Oh, his game crashed. Xbox shut down there. Okay,
Oh, his game
I'm just
crashed.
looking at the main
Nice.
chat now. Yep.
Callum's left the session. Oh no. Right, plug out my mic. I'm gonna invite him back.
Okay. Well, Feta Cheese back online. Nice one to see. Callum out of the session, so he's now outside the points. There's going to be a ton of timing glitches at the end of this race. I feel bad for the stewards, no matter if I'm one or not two. I feel bad. For the rest of the stewards, interesting breathing. Yes. Well, Callum's going to have a timing glitch. Chili's going to have a timing glitch. Sam may, because of his internet, will say that. Lannis might. Matty Mumu might. Hell, I don't know. No F1 driver, no. But, I prefer not. Regardless, XP has to come in this time, and it should be. It is. Alright, well, 2-lap shootout to the finish. And, Paula, hopefully you've invited Callum back. Milo Gaming's got a 5-second penalty there.
He joins back. Milo picks up a 5-second for hitting Chili.
And Chili's going off track while that's happened. XP is the race leader. He's going to lead us back to the safety car restart, though. Waiting for the safety car to come in the pits. Can't go yet, though. He's speeding up. The game might let him off. Chili's retired from the session, but it's the race leader, XP right now at the race lead. But right now, off penalties, it would be Beatnik winning this race. But you have Callum with Riles, who's fellow position now. Side by side between Rapid Lucas and Sam C. KDX as well, trying for a points finish right now. But the race lead focus is on XP ahead of Matty Momo, ahead of the rest of the field. XP 4/10 that gap is. As well, 6/10 with Atlantis, but Beatnik, keep in mind, he's a second behind. He's got to do a lot in those brand new softs if he wants to win this race in his return. I know Thrasher's brought it up, of course. So, yeah.
Sam C
Sam Seats picked up a penalty. And behind that, Milo Gaming ahead of Utalf. And not a too chaotic restart, but it's XP the race leader, ahead of the rest of the field. And the gap with Beatnik is 2.4. You know, he's the only one who doesn't have a penalty here in the top 5. So he's in the back of GSR Luke now. Ex-teammate right here. Trying to go down the inside. Trying to go through. Luke giving him a little bit of an easier way to go around. He has got through.
Gone to the final lap now.
But, yep, XP the race leader. Matty Mumu Atlantis, and then Matty Mumu to Atlantis, and then to Beatnik. We don't know what the gap is because it shows 1 lap down for Beatnik. That's a glitch. You hear that a lot.
Right, next goes Matty
Keep it at that.
Mumu into turn 1 for the race lead, and he gets through. Great move from Matty Mumu, to be fair. But now here, is XP going to come back at him? I think he might do... No.
trying for a win on track. That's not been said by Xpilo before. He's definitely had a podium on track for sure, but trying for a win on track, well, the McLaren teammate has to do everything he can to make sure Matty Mumu or Xpilo can win this race, but Binek is still in the back of Atlantis. 2.1 that gap is, while Utah gets by Milo, and Milo ghosting inside of Sam as well. You have behind that the two teammates of Riles and Rapalucas running outside the points, kind of battling for a place right there.
Binek picking up a penalty.
Kind of. Oh, that's big for this race victory. Oh boy.
He's right behind Alanis. This could actually help Matty Mumu
Gonna
get
try to
the
go
win.
down the
Here comes
inside.
Alanis. On Alanis. And Alanis gonna come back. Binek's gonna lose time. And I think this could be Matty Mumu's win here. Matty Mumu's coming around the final corner. He's gonna win the race on track.
Not so much
but
though.
Will he win?
Hold up. Matty Mumu's gonna win this on track, but I think it's gonna be Xpilo winning for the first time. No, it won't. No. Xpilo had a 5-second unserved penalty.
Matty Mumu wins.
But the problem with that is that he may have got a second penalty. It's gonna be Matty Mumu though winning the race. Controversial one to end this race, but Matty Mumu with the win. That's his third win of the season. Second in a row. Yeah, I could agree with Kagoda what he said. I know, I'm just kind of making sure as well, because there's 5-second penalties as well. That's going to be appealed, but regardless, Beatnik is on the podium, it seems. Xpilo got, yeah, he got a second penalty there, so he's not going to win. It's going to be Matty Mumu with the win. Beatnik behind, but Xpilo may try to appeal that 5-second penalty to get back onto the podium, but in his return, Beatnik to the podium. Not bad. Hope you're not dead, Paulo.
No, I'm not. But beating 8/10 off the race lead. If Atlantis didn't defend that aggressively on him, would have Beatnik gotten the win? I actually think he might have.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly so. So, let's invite the podium finishers to the party. I'll invite XPL as well. KDX a top 5. I think that's his best finish yet. Not bad from him.
42 viewers.
Ooh. That's some lovely body. I'll try to fit in.
Hello.
Hello.
Have we got the podium here? And I invited XPL as well because he was up there in 4th. May try to get his 5-second removed. May get may be able to get 3rd off that. But I'm gonna go with the race winner for now, Matty Mumu. It's his 3rd win now. And you're used to winning now, aren't you?
Not really. Yeah, 3rd win in 4 races, I think, which I can't describe. But yeah, somehow the softs to hard paid off, and they were gonna last the whole way. But yeah, then the safety car came out, and that was annoying. But turns out that rain and as well, and yeah, ended up all right.
Nice buzzing in there. But you know, if XPilo does try to appeal that 5-second, which I'm assuming you would be XPilo, right?
Yes.
Is either. Yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, I'd be assuming you'd be appealing that 5-second, and you said you are, so that probably will put, if it happens, if it gets appealed, would probably put Atlantis down to 4th, but if that's the case, the championship would be 8 points then, Matty Mumu. Are you looking for a comeback? Can it happen in the final few races?
I mean, you'd have to ask him, because he claims that he's bad, but as shown by today, he's not. So, yeah.
Well, you guys are now Tier 2 Constructors Champions as well. How happy about that?
That was a very delayed reaction.
Paulo, any questions for Matty Moon with the race winner? And congratulations on the race win? Oh, race win.
Race win.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts heading into the last two races now that you are closer into the championship, closer to the championship fight with Alanis?
Um, just keep doing what I have been doing, and should work out if the claims that James is bad turn out to be true.
Oh.
Well, that is your race winner. Now to the second place finisher. What a story it's been this past few weeks, I guess, Beatnik. Still banned to unbanned to now coming back as a reserve, taking a podium for Haas. How happy are you about that? Make sure you get to include your audio, and congratulations on the podium.
Should be, thank you very much. I'm kinda sad because I got a penalty on the last lap. But I was so mad. I just cut the S's by the tiniest amount, got the penalty, and if I didn't have that, I would have won. So big sad, but it's good to be back. It's good to be on the podium on my first race back. Race. When I say we, I mean I decided to try and do the two stop. I wanted to see if that would work. It was working pretty well in the safety car. Don't get me started on that safety car. I'm like, oh dear, not again. Typical ARL fashion, late race safety car. But fun race. It was fun. I had an incident with Sam. I'll have to apologize with him on that one, but it was a fun race, and thank you for giving me a second chance.
Yeah, it's good to be back, isn't it?
It's very nice to be back.
Yeah, so tell me about the battle with Luke, former ex-Mercedes teammate, you could say. How did you enjoy that battle as well?
It was a fun battle. I have a lot of respect for him. He's a really quick, clean, fast driver, and he deserves all the respect on track and off track. And I had to respect all the Mercedes distance because of my ties to them. So whenever I saw Merc, I'd just give him space. Luke's a good driver. It was a fun battle. It's good to be racing with him again. The main battle for me was with me and Rain. That was a fun one. I got caught in traffic, and yeah, traffic. That's all I have to say about that.
Paulo, do you have any questions for a return from Beatnik, an unlikely one too?
Well, I don't have any questions, but big congratulations on the P2 on your return, and hopefully more podiums to come, because honestly, it's great to see you back.
Great to be back. Thank you.
Now, what is the P4 finisher right now? It's trying to get that 5-second appeal, but if he does get that 5-second appeal, he would be P3. You can take a shot at Xpilo there, Paulo, if you want to.
So, Xpilo, your first full race with Alfa Romeo, and you've done a pretty good job. Getting P4, potentially getting P3 if you get those 5 seconds removed.
Don't...
if you get those 5 seconds removed, that could be P3.
from AMS!
But how'd you feel about that result?
I feel pretty happy. I messed up in qualifying and thought I was just gonna get a midfield amount of points or a bad race, but I decided to switch to the 2-stop before pitting, and it really benefited me, and I just kind of held on.
So,
It was a surprisingly uneventful race, actually, until the softs.
so were you expecting a potential P3 out of that, or are you just expecting to be like, okay, I'll just be in the top 5, I'll just 5 for most of the race? Were you expecting to get P3, or did that safety car really benefit you?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be here. I was expecting to be like P6 or P5. And yeah, the safety car really helped me.
And so heading into the last 2 races of the season, I know I know it's not really going to affect you in the championship or anything. You're just trying to get good points. But how are you feeling heading into USA and Brazil?
Well, they're probably two of my better tracks, so I actually feel good. Probably shooting for good points again.
Well, you will be shooting in America.
Okay, Seal Dude, do you have any questions for X below?
Yes, I do, in fact. So, where'd you start again?
P8, I think.
Now, according to your Discord bio, you'd be punting them out of the way, according to that. But, regardless. You know, first full-time race with Alfa Romeo, you got to be happy with the result. Probably will be P3 based off of a 5-second. I got to see the clip first, but, you know, make sure you submit a ticket on that if you want to get that removed.
Yeah.
If it does get removed, you'd be P3. Podium, first in Austria. I mean, can't be, angry about it, but you said USA as well. Two questions from this. What do you think of the podium as well? And the second question being, USA and Brazil are your better tracks. Are you going to give the fight to the championship contenders and just say, hey, I'm going for a win? Or are you just going to kind of be more easier on them since they're the championship contenders in the final few races? Are you going to try to go for a win in the final few races? And do you think...
Um, what was the first question?
Look at me from Italy. Oh no.
The second podium for you, it would be if you get it. What would you think?
Oh, I'd be very happy, considering I screwed up qualifying and thought I was just gonna get points, not the tie-up. I'm very happy with the second podium. And about USA and Brazil, if a really good opportunity comes up for me to go for a win, I probably will go for it, but otherwise I'll probably be relatively chill for championship contenders.
Congratulations on a top 4 finish. We'll keep it at that. Now to Atlantis. Atlantis, kind of choking that championship lead. You're terrible. Well, P20 to P4, the game. Well, yeah, could be P3 if X people don't submit a ticket. I mean, or that 5-second don't get removed.
Could be P1
From what?
because I have 10 seconds when they do your
Okay. 10 seconds?
bloody lap. Yeah, Chile's lap car.
Okay.
If I lap it twice, it takes 5 seconds each time I lap it. I can lap someone at the safety car. So every time
Now,
I 5 seconds.
I don't know if that was the first safety car or the last one. Was it the first or the last?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Because I saw just the 3-second appeared for you. That's why I was curious.
The 3 second I got.
Uh-huh. That's all I saw.
5 seconds, the last safety car.
Now, yeah, I didn't see that appear up then. Did you serve him?
Yeah, I've got no, I didn't know, but I've got the what do you name it, the clip up.
Okay. Okay. Well, about that, let's talk about the race. Game put you back to 20th. Bad game, bad you, I guess, right?
Yep.
Well, championship fight, kind of speak to me about that. Similar to last season, but this time it's between two teammates. Would you kind of consider this a teammate rivalry in a way, but in a good way?
Matty's testing me. I'm testing Matty. But, at the end of the day, I think if either of us win it, I think we'll both be happy.
Now, if it's podium or if it's fourth, the gap would rather be 8 points or 11 points. USA's next. Brazil is last. Your thoughts heading into those races?
Oh, mate, don't get me started. Brazil's awful for me. I probably do well, but Brazil's awful. I do not look the track. And USA, just like the S's, and all the track limits in USA, all the short, tight corners. It's just not a track of mine I really enjoy.
And McLaren are Tier 2 Constructors Champions. Now, I want to speak to you about something. If you remember, you originally was going to go to Haas at the start of the season, or would have. Funny enough. Funny enough. Speak to me on why you didn't, and speak to me on the decision to go to McLaren, because now it's got you guys a Constructors' Championship, and now you guys as well, one of you guys will be Drivers' Champion, because only 2 drivers can win it from now.
So it all started off at the start of the season that obviously in season 2 I was obviously the Toro Rosso team leader with Davis, Thrasher, Fire King, and towards the end we all kind of fell apart a bit because of an incident what happened. And I thought to myself, instead of doing that again, you know, why not go out there and see if any other team wants to pick me up. Obviously, then I got confirmed that I'd be in tier 2. So the first person I did message was Thrasher and Haas to see if he would take me. He obviously gave me the seat at the time. I didn't say yes, but I said maybe. Let me see what else is available. John then asked me. I said maybe to him, but I thought to myself, you know, Pluto is a very good driver. You could see that from last season in Tier 2. And at this point, I had never spoken to Pluto or Matty. So at this point, they were strangers to me. And yeah, I just like, you know what? Pluto's offered me a seat. I'll go join Pluto. And then me and Matty can be great teammates in Tier 2. Because he was already good for Pluto last season. And it's worked out very well, and I'm very happy with my choice.
A very interesting story, though, you bring up. You know, I guess you could say with the constructors stuff, I mean, you both made the right decision to go to McLaren, and I think Pluto as well made the decision to get both you guys. I think that was definitely the right decision. Just kind of speak to me as well about going to Tier 2 this season. You know, you've not been the dominant guy, and you could say some of your wins have kind of been, we'll call it Boker luck from last season.
Yeah.
Some of them have been. You can probably agree on that. But kind of speak to me about moving to Tier 2, and double question with that as well. Speak to me as well about the environment at McLaren and kind of what you surrounded yourself by with going there, because you just told me these guys were strangers to you. You didn't even know who they were, really.
So, obviously, when it was announced that I was going to be in Tier 2, I was over the moon, because spending 2 seasons in the back of Tier 1, rarely getting points, you know, it just went worse and worse for me. So, being in Tier 2 was like a fresh start, you know, it was like a reset button, and I thought to myself, you know, let's see what I can achieve, and let's see if I can prove to myself that I am quick enough for tier 1, even though I don't always get points. Obviously, Sam joined me down in tier 2, and I think Sam fits this tier really well. You know, if he didn't have the incident in the race, I reckon he could have got some good points today. But yeah, like, it was different to be in tier 2, you know, different people, because like I had to learn everyone's new driving styles. Because obviously in tier 1 you'd be there for 30 races, 35 races from 2 seasons, and you kind of learn how everyone drives. Now you come to tier 2, you've got people like Adam who like defend aggressively. You've got people like Beat Nick and, you know, Spilo with like the
No.
No, I haven't. Here we go. Okay.
Oh.
There we go. Don't worry. My bad. Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, it was like a fresh restart bar, and you know, like I've had to learn everyone's moves and what everyone's like when racing, and if I can trust them or not to make the move. So it's been a very eventful season, and I have enjoyed my time in tier 2. I'd like to stay in tier 2, and you know, obviously race the likes of Beat Nick, Spilo, you know, Matty, especially Matty again. But you know, who knows, maybe. But I wouldn't mind going back up to tier 1. I've proved to myself that I am quick, and I can definitely do something.
And then to answer my double question that I had as well, that you kind of didn't answer, but no worries. Yeah, about McLaren, you said these guys were complete strangers, and the environment you kind of surrounded yourself around now, practicing with the team, just how do I want to word this? A completely new environment, a completely new face of like ARL. You have Communist who joined, Bennett who joined, Maddie who was kind of new at the end of season 2, Pluto who joined in season 1, Speedy was new. What was it kind of like getting used to these teammates, no matter if they're in your tier or not? What was it kind of like? And as well, the environment you surrounded yourself around. It was definitely different, but what did you kind of do to get used to it?
Going back to Bennett and Communist joining, I knew them two from a FIFA Pro Clubs thing we used to do from VFL, and I recommended them to get the game and come join the league. Bennett and Communist obviously did. Now, Bennett joined McLaren from me saying to Pluto, look, mate, you're going to get a really good tier 3 driver here. Let's get him in, and I promise you, we'll do practice sessions every week. Now, this is Bahrain, 11 weeks ago, when I didn't know him. And then, obviously, we all spoke in a big party one night, and we all got along really well. Obviously, I already knew Bennett, so we obviously got along, but, Pluto was really cool, chill, a nice guy. And then, obviously, ARL merges with ABS, and then Speedy comes along, and obviously at the time I had no clue who he was. He was completely like a stranger. And then he joined our practice session in China, I think. He didn't join for Bahrain. So at China we didn't know even who he was. We never even spoke to him apart from the Discord. And then when Com joined, he obviously joined at Racing Point, and we had CJ in at the start of the season in McLaren. Now, we came to the conclusion...
That did age very well, by the way.
So, CJ never really seemed interested in doing practice when we called for it. And, don't get me wrong, CJ's a really nice guy to talk to. So I played FIFA with him a lot, but he just didn't seem to have the urge and, the motivation to come on F1 with us. So obviously we then said to Milo, would you like, CJ, and we'll take the newbie off your hands, who was Com obviously. And then Bahrain came, obviously, and also Matty as well. I'd never even spoke to Matty, and Matty joined at Bahrain. We got along really well. I didn't think I was going to get along with any of them, to be fair, except Bennett, but we actually all got along really well. And we done Bahrain. Obviously, I had a really good first race, even until obviously the accident with GSR Hamilton. Matty had a good race as well. Tier 3 was very good for Bennett's first race. Pluto and Speedy, and then at the start we were all kind of just worried for each other. We didn't know what we were going to do. If we were going to make each other happy or sad. And over time, it got to Austria and France, and we all just knew each other at this point. We had stuff planned. Pluto made us all better in his own way. He made us all better people and better drivers from all his practicing he did. And then coming to now, nearly the end of the season, it's us sort of we know, we talk like we've been mates forever for 20 years. We just know, we always talk every day in the Discord, we're always talking in there every day, and it's a very different environment now than it was at the start. We're always planning sessions to practice. Even once a week, we even all put aside time, 20 minutes, to do a short qualifying at very least. It's a very different experience from what Tier 1 was, in my opinion.
I think you exceeded the 2,000 character limit. No, I'm joking. I was just going to say, are you secretly me then? Because that kind of sounded like one of my essays just putting actual words over a Xbox party. I mean, but that's the way it is. And I guess I'll use that for a documentary. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But regardless, congrats on the championship with McLaren. Tier 2 questions.
No, I don't, because
Please don't.
my brain has been. I've lost a lot of brain
Please
cells
don't.
from
He'll
that.
just continue for hours. The stream won't end. Well, hey, congrats to McLaren on the Drivers' Championship in Tier 2 and the Constructors. It's going to be one of you winning it. I just kind of want to speak to Maddie, back to that quickly, responding to Atlantis, just quickly.
Yeah,
Not over 2,000 characters. But
I'll try to make it short.
based off what Atlantis said about McLaren, what was it kind of like for you at the time? And as well, this championship fight now, it's close. How are you two both going to handle it in your eyes?
Just say be respectful to each other as we have been all season long, and see who comes out on top, and go back to the McLaren thing. I mean, I knew Pluto, and that was about it. And then I kind of knew that Atlantis, Bennett, and Com were all kind of together, and so that worked somehow. And then Speedy joined, and it was nice, and it all worked out happily ever after at the end.
Well, you didn't exceed the 2,000 character limit. Anyway,
Yes.
I'm kind of happy about that. But
Finally, you're done.
yeah, finally, right?
This is the longest interview.
I think.
Oh, I was actually texting my friend. She was watching the stream, and she was saying, "Oh my god, this is taking way too long."
Well, in the end, it's definitely been a story about getting from McLaren. In the end, it won't be a Tier 1 McLaren driver winning the drivers, but you guys would accomplish something that I don't think any team would ever accomplish, where winning the Tier 3 constructors and drivers, winning the Tier 2 drivers and constructors as a team, all as a team, and possibly still in the chance to do Tier 1, but also winning the combined at the same time. So winning 5 of the 7 championships. That's an interesting stat I don't think any team really has in this league out of any tier, winning that much of the championships handed on this season. But Polo, we go now to next week, or not, next week in USA for Tier 2 again. But the thing is about this race was quite an interesting one. The strategy played a big difference, and we don't have anybody who's made a first start in Mexico before, because no one's raced there in Tier 1 except for like the guys who raced Tier 2 last season. But besides that fact, Tier 1's tomorrow. I almost said 5 p.m. Eastern. I messed that one up with Tier 3 earlier in the stream. I'm not going to do it this time. I just kind of said I did. But 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK. And hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully it's one to enjoy. The Tier 1 championship battle is on. It could be clinched tomorrow. And thank you for watching, and we'll see you then.